please, allow me to show you something.
We're over halfway through our series now, with 16 of the 28 boards played, and we have another new set of partnerships which may well separate our joint leaders. Let's take a look at the current rankings. Marion and Jerry are still joint leaders with 20 points each, followed by Zia and Bertie on 18. Andrew and Cecilia are tied on 14 points each, and David and Dennis have some work to do with 12 points each.
We have Zia sitting north, David Gold sitting east, Dennis Bilde as south, and Andrew Black as west.
The night's 17 count, and I briefly consider opening a club and rebidding 2 no trumps. But partner might get in my way and the opponents might start bidding, so I decided I might as well open a no trump. How bad can that be?
North-south have to reach a 4-heart contract instead of an obvious 3 no trumps.
Well, they have to, in theory. 3 no trumps can go down. 4 hearts, I don't think can. You can lose a couple of spades. The hearts are breaking. The difficulty with 3 no trump is that there isn't a spade stop, but the spades are blocked. But East has a diamond entry. But if the defense don't work out what to do exactly right, Declarer still has a chance. But East can discard deceptively. But Zia has been seeing people make deceptive discards for the last 85 years and doesn't get fooled by many of them.
See my partner win the ace of spades, I get excited because the partner's got another spade. He's going to play a second round, knocking out the Declarer's king, setting up my suit, and I've got an entry. So partner plays the king of spades, even better. And the reason partner has played the ace followed by the king instead of winning the lowest of the 2 on the first round is to tell me that he's got ace king doubleton, which I actually already know, but he doesn't know that I know that. So I play the 7 of spades to tell him where my entry is. Suit preference. I could play the 8 of spades to ask for a heart, play the 3 of spades to ask for a club. So the 7, I think, asks for a diamond. I'm hoping my partner will read it.
It looks like he's asking for a diamond. And no declarer hasn't got a 4-card major, so at most he can have 8 top tricks because I've got the club stopped. It doesn't feel like I need to switch to a diamond now. I'm going to switch to a club which feels safer.
Oh dear, he has played a club. So it looks like the declarer's got 3 club tricks, maybe 4 heart tricks is 7, diamond is 8. Oh dear. On the run of the cards, I'm going to get to a position whereby I have to either throw my spade winners away, 2 of them, so that I don't have enough to beat the contract, or I'm going to have to bear my diamond king. So normally I would bear the diamond king and hope declarer goes wrong, but I know Zia knows the point of this hand. He's never ever going to play that way, and if I bear the diamond king and he plays the ace, he's going to make 10 tricks. 3 diamonds, 3 clubs, 4 hearts. So I'm just going to resign myself to conceding the contract without any over tricks, and I'm going to throw a couple of spades away and concede 9 tricks.
The 7 of spades to me suggests that David was asking his partner to play a diamond. After he does that, the rest is easy. I just cash my clubs, cash my hearts, forcing David to come down to 2 spades and 2 diamonds, and I can play a spade and playing him to make a diamond into my queen.
And another hopeless contract makes. And he's doing a lot of protesting. Why didn't you switch to a diamond partner? Well, how did I know? I played the something of spades. Yeah, I know you did, but if you had the ace of clubs, we had to cash it because declarer had 20 tricks in the red suits, and if you had some other entry, then maybe it would keep. He did have some other entry. It didn't quite keep, but makes another impossible contract.
And that's plus 400 for north-south.
So, Bertie read the signal for the critical diamond switch there, but his understandable belief that there was no urgency meant that East-West had to relinquish their contract-beating spade tricks. Let's see if things turn out differently at the other table.
Who do we have? We have Andrew Robson sitting north, Jerry Stammatov east, Marion Mickelson south, and Cecilia Rimstead as west. Do you think it will be the same auction as at the other table?
Yeah, I mean, the auction's just completely normal. You can bid Stayman and then just 3 no trump, even if you had a mechanism to find a 4-3 hard fit. How would you know that it was right to use it on this deal?
I have a singleton club, which could be a little bit worrying, but again, on the other hand, it is the king, and the fact that he doesn't have a 4-card major makes it more of a chance that he has long clubs, so I'll just bid 3 no trump. Yeah.
She'll just be 3-no trump like they did at the other table and
Yeah.
the same spade lead, and then the question of whether the defence can
Switch.
persuade one another to do the right thing. Ace and king of spades and a diamond switch is necessary, as we saw. Otherwise, East can be end-played. But a diamond switch isn't the most obvious to find in the world.
Can East somehow play his spades in a way that he's asking for a diamond switch? Cecilia will take the king of spades and the ace of spades. And on the ace of spades, I guess whatever card Jerry plays, that should show what you want next.
It's good my partner has obviously ace-king title spade. Which card should I play when she plays the ace of spades? Okay, I'll play the 7 because from the bidding, partner knows that I have one smaller spade than the 6 that I left. So I will refrain from playing the smaller one because it probably would signal for clubs.
7 of spades. Partner should have 5 or 6 spades since declarer denied 4-card majors. So my partner has queen 8, 7, 6 and at least one small card. Looks like maybe he's trying to make a preference for diamonds here, but shouldn't declarer need to work on the diamonds to get his tricks there anyway? Is there any rush playing back a diamond here? Is there a risk playing a diamond? Partner stiff king? Would declare drop it because I don't lead away from the king of diamonds. But then partner wouldn't give suit preference for diamonds. Well, it looks safe to play back a club anyway. Why shouldn't declare play on diamonds from here?
If he played the 8, he'd probably get a heart. So by playing the 7, he's hoping for a diamond. It's not so easy for West, though. West thinks, well, declarer can have ace-king of diamonds, ace-queen of hearts, my partner can have the ace of clubs. We'd better get that, otherwise it might go away. If partner's got a red suit entry, maybe they've still got it. West can see that declarer can't run a whole bunch of club tricks. She has 5 to the jack. If partner has the ace of hearts, the best declarer can do is take 5 diamonds and 3 clubs before East gets in. If the ace of diamonds, declarer can at most take 4 hearts and 3 clubs, but at the king of diamonds, which is the critical card, that's the only time it's right to play a diamond. Robson going about things the same way as Zia did at the other table, finding out that the clubs aren't breaking, he'll run the hearts.
Well, Jerry knows what's going on now, so discarding the 9 of diamonds
Yeah,
very early on.
That's a good play, because Robson obviously has the option of taking a finesse rather than going for the end play, but what he'll be thinking is, what would a good player do with King Doubleton Diamond? And the answer to that is probably what he did, pitch a diamond.
Well, if you were ever going to pitch a diamond, you have to do it early on, and Robson reads that.
He did read it. Well done.
Well done. So that makes
10 tricks.
10 tricks in 3-no trumps by north-south.
A similar reading of the situation there by Cecilia again allows the contract to make, but Jerry's plucky effort to persuade Andrew to take the diamond finesse has given a crucial overtrick to Andrew and Marion. That overtrick means a score of plus 430 to north-south compared with plus 400 at table 1, so that's a victory and 2 points each to Andrew and Marion and to Bertie and David, whose damage limitation strategy paid off. That result finally separates our leaders. Let's see if that shake-up is maintained after the next board.
So I pick up this 11 points. Not a great main suit. I don't like my Queen Doubleton. I could open it, I could not. It comes down to style. I'm fairly sound with my one-level openers, and it depends a little bit on my mood. I go with pass.
North-south can make quite a few tricks in spades by the looks of it.
6 spades by north is okay. It's not a great contract by any manner of
It's not
means.
something you would really want to be in.
And I doubt they'll bid it, because I think even if East bids 2 clubs, South will just bid 4 spades and North hasn't got a whole bunch of extras and won't bid on. But the play after this 2 club overcall is going to be more complicated than it looks.
After Sia bids a spade and David bids 2 clubs, I think I will just jump to 4 spades and see what happens. I'm too strong to bid 3 spades in my opinion, with 6-4 and prime cards. You know.
Seems natural to lead a heart, hoping to set up some tricks there. Ace of clubs could be right, but you don't normally lead unsupported aces. I could lead a low heart, hoping dummy has maybe ace jack and another. Partner has the 10 and declaring his guesses, but in this case, dummy may have splintered in clubs. So I just go with the normal king of hearts lead.
Anyone could just draw trumps and set the diamonds up and make about 12 tricks, but it's not going to be as straightforward as that, with the bidding indicating some stuff about the distribution.
Well, he's going to have to think about this a bit, because David didn't open a club first-handed favorable, nor he'd open 3 clubs. Although his style opening 3 clubs at these colors is very, very weak.
Sure, so Zia will know that David has 6 clubs for sure. The king, queen of hearts for sure. So not the king of spades, so that'll be with West. And Zia will at the moment be inclining to place the queen of diamonds with West, as well as the king of spades. So he'll probably start with the queen of spades from the dummy instead of a sort of orthodox low one. Singleton 10 with East could be helpful, even a small singleton.
Yeah.
If he can finesse twice.
Now, I'm pretty sure after the king of hearts leader, if my left-hand opponent has the ace of clubs, that the king of spades is on the right. So guarding against him having 3 or 4 spades, I'd start with the queen of spades.
Queen, king, ace, 4, think. It's not obvious what to do next at all. Ace of diamonds, and then maybe king of diamonds. And when the queen drops, there'll be another thing.
Now, I play ace, king of diamonds, thinking I should do something with the diamonds, and the queen comes on my left, and I have to think again. So now, if my left-hand opponent has got king, queen of hearts, and queen of diamonds, and the ace of clubs, or even the queen of clubs, if he had 4 hearts, 6 clubs, which I'm sure he has, 2 diamonds and 1 spade, he might have doubled 1 spade and not bid 2 clubs. So I decide that he's more likely to have 3 hearts and 2 spades.
The way it's going now, he can actually make all the tricks.
He can, but he doesn't know it. If the spades are 3-1, with West having 3, and the queen of diamonds he knows is a doubleton, then he needs to abandon spades now. He needs to ruff a diamond, ruff a heart, and start playing diamonds in order to neutralize West's trumps. If he were to play a trump now and they were to go 3-1, even if he stuck the 9 in, he wouldn't have enough entries and so forth to get the diamonds going. So he has a choice between just playing a spade to the jack, going for a boring 2-2 break and taking all the tricks, or going for the rather more spectacular trump coup kind of a line. Jack of spades, here we go. Sorry, 3 of spades, 10 jack. Okay, I've got the rest. Have you? Hang on a minute. Yeah, I've got the rest. Come on, give up, boys. No, we're not going to give up. I can ruff this hard, I can ruff a diamond, I can ruff a heart, I can do this, I can do that. Come on. No, we'll play some cards. All right, I rough this hard. Jack of diamonds, yeah, follow suit, but it's quicker if you do that. Jack of diamonds, throw away a loser, rough a diamond, throw away another loser, rough a heart, cash a couple of diamonds. Now I've got 2 trumps left. Now do you believe me?
Oh, okay. So 13 tricks for North-South, scoring plus
710. Should have been a slam.
Okay, not a bad score.
Sorry, partner. Sorry to have kept you boys, although if you're too thick to know how many tricks I had at the end, it's your fault.
Zia having to work hard in that hand, both to figure out the right play and to persuade his opponents that he really has made all the tricks. It'll be interesting to see whether Andrew takes the same line at the other table.
So moving on to the next board, East opens the bidding with 1 club.
Oh, I have a pretty good hand. 15 points, but a 6-4 and a nice suit. Shall I overcall 1 diamond? Am I a little bit strong maybe? I think 1 diamond is fine for the time being.
South would probably just bid 4 spades here, even with the East-West bidding.
She might do more. Partner can have ace, king of spades and king of clubs, and 6 spades would be a great contract.
1 spade from partner in my queen 4th. Wow, I have a good hand now. I'm certainly gonna raise the game, but is there any possibility of a slam? For slam to be really good, I need partner to have ace, king of spades. Either a singleton club or the king of clubs. Ace, king of spades and the king of clubs is probably a bit too much to hope for. I have 15 points, and if my partner has 10 points, then the opponents are really bidding on nothing. Maybe I can fake a splinter bit in club so that they don't lead a club when we bid 6 spades. I guess the disadvantage with that is that either West could double for the club lead, so they would lead the club anyway, or East has ace, king of clubs and might just lead the club anyway against 6 spades because he has no other lead, and that wouldn't be so good. I'll just make the normal bid of 4 spades. Good luck, partner. I hope we don't make too many tricks.
Okay, so same contract after a little bit different bidding.
Well, quite a lot different bidding, because at the other table, when East passed and then backed in with 2 clubs, Zia had the information that East had a long club suit and figured out that he probably had a 3-card heart suit. Here, Robson knows for sure that East has 3 hearts, but because doesn't know anything about the club length.
Well, the double of 1 spade from North showed 3 hearts.
Exactly, so Robson will know exactly the heart layout, but East can have any number of clubs from 2 to 7. Probably not 7, he might have bid again, but Robson doesn't know that East has a lot of clubs, whereas Zia did. The effect of that will be that Robson will probably play the spades in normal fashion by leading the 3 from the dummy, not the queen. He doesn't have any reason to place anybody particularly with spade length, and leading the queen looks a bit stupid if somebody covers it with the singleton king. So if he starts with a low spade, then he won't have any of the problems that Zia was confronted with at the other table, which was whether to play eventually for the trumps to be 2-2, which he did and took all the tricks. After a spade to the 10 jack and a low one, Robson might as well just bang down the ace of spades and test the diamonds and claim. With a bit of luck, his opponents will give in more speedily than Zia's opponents did at the other table, but there he is, ace of spades, dropping
Robson
the king.
playing in the same seat as Zia and taking half the time Zia did. That's a first.
Certainly is. As I say, the information the two had was very different, of course, and affected the choice of playing the trump suit, and the choice of playing the trump suit made the whole hand a lot simpler for Robson than for Zia, but the board is going to be a push. Everybody could have won the board by leading the ace of clubs at trig one, like your granny would have done, and getting that trig in the bank at least instead of none at all, which is what they actually ended up with.
So 13 tricks for North-South and plus 710 for...
So Jerry's decision to open the east hand there didn't change the outcome, only the amount of mental effort involved in getting there. A score of plus 710 to North-South at both tables means that all of the players get 1 point and that Marion's move into solo leadership is sustained for this round. Let's see how that shake-up affects all of the rankings. Marion has a clear lead on 23 points, but Jerry and Bertie are hot on her heels with 21 each. Zia is fourth with 19, followed by Andrew on 17, David and Cecilia now tied on 15, and Dennis on 13. Before we wind up this episode, it's time for another of our Meet the Players chats with Shazad.
Okay, Jerry, so you're an international Bulgarian player. Can you tell me how it all started?
Yeah, it started a long time ago. It's like 30 years ago. Started by chance. Nobody in my family played bridge and had heard about bridge, but somehow, my father had bought a book for no reason, probably because he didn't read it. But I found it by chance at home, so I read a bit, then I read a bit more. So found out something about the game, that the game exists, the rules. I found it fancy, and then in the probably next few months, we found out that few of my friends also knew about bridge, and we started to get together, play different games, and we tried bridge a few times, and that's how it started. But the next big thing about bridge in my life was that occasionally we were going to, being schoolboys, we were going to disco bar for school, for kids and young people, and there was this bridge club I was born in Burgas. It's a city at the Black Sea coast, and where the disco was, the bridge club was just next to it. So if you want to go to the disco, you have to pass through the guys that were playing in the lobby of this place. So I was wondering, what are these guys doing here? It looked like the game that I just found. It existed, and I started to sit and kibitz them, and that ended up playing with some guy at some moment. So kibitzing there for a few months, and they accepted me in the crowd and started to teach me, and it was difficult at that time, not like nowadays. The juniors now, they have all the information. It was 1987, and there was not too much information about anything. There was no internet. And I remember I used to read some handwriting from these guys that, for example, they have a book, they copy everything by handwriting, and they gave it to me, and I read it and returned them back, and photocopy some stuff, and that was how it worked at that time. And also there were the only official source of really useful information were the Polish magazines.
Okay.
And so we had to learn to at least to read the bridge things about Polish language, and that's how it started. I was like 14 years old, and we got turned on and with the game, and we started to go more and more often. And in 1987, we went to our first tournament in Bulgaria. At that time, there was communist times in Bulgaria, so there were a lot of players from the former Eastern Bloc that were coming to play bridge in Bulgaria. So we used to have quite big tournaments with lots of players coming from Poland, Romania, Russia, all these neighboring countries there. So it's not like that anymore. I mean, the biggest tournament in Bulgaria probably is like 100 pairs. And that time we used to have like 200 pairs. It was interesting. Yeah.
Things going downhill a little bit there. But when I've gone to Bulgaria, I think I played in the Balkans Championships. It seems like it's the same people at every tournament, and they seem like they go to all the tournaments.
Yeah. So. Yeah. We have a little crowd of Bulgaria, like not more than 500 actively playing people, and we have more or less each month a tournament somewhere. The tournaments in Bulgaria are normally in the weekend times. There are some tournaments that start and they take like whole week, but it's mostly in the summer when people are on holidays. But during the other part of the year, normally the tournaments start Friday, they play the pairs, and Saturday, Sunday they play the teams and they go home. That's how it works in Bulgaria. Most of the tournaments are like that.
So with such a small community playing, it must be tough to make it as a professional. How do you manage?
I must say, you can see that in the European Championships that our top flight is not bad at all. I mean, I think there are some world-class players in Bulgaria.
Definitely.
And we've been doing not bad, relatively well in all the European Championships in the last 20 years. And with us, it happened by chance again, because at the early ages, when the internet was very young, let's say this way, I'm an IT person, so I have a small IT company, and I'm familiar with all that kinds of stuff from the very beginning, and I was the one that was communicating all the teams' invitations or travelings or arrangements, bookings, all this kinds of stuff was going through me. And maybe not only the bridge skills, and probably the networking and the social and part, and it somehow turned out to be decisive in our career, if we can call this career. But yeah, nowadays me and my partner Daniel, we play in the States and everywhere else. We were hired to play in the French Championship. So we have some professional engagement. So it's no longer hobby.
Yeah.
It's no longer hobby, definitely.
So I hear that you're moving to the States.
Yeah, we are actually moving right now. My partner is already there, and we are on the way. My family is on the way now to London, and we will get together tomorrow, and we fly off tomorrow to Miami. So our new home is expecting us there. So we'll see.
I wish you good luck with that.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
And you've definitely had an amazing couple of years. Can you talk to us a bit about everything that you've won? I mean, it might be too difficult for you to list it, but...
No, it's not that much, really. I mean, we know other guys that they're really top of the top, like some French guys and some Americans. But we did well in the last few years. It started with the Cavendish in 2017, which was a successful tournament for us, but the difference between the Cavendish and the others, that there's a lot of publicity around Cavendish. There were a lot of money involved in the past years, not so much now, but in this auctioning, it's kind of different than the normal tournaments, and we won the Cavendish, and then we were hired in a high-profile team in America, with being teammate with David Gold and the late Richie Schwartz, who unfortunately passed away recently, and we had some successful performance there as a team with David, and Mr. Schwartz, and then we did well last year in the French Championship. We made it to the final, but we lost it. And this year, in the second attempt, we won the French Championship, and we won the Bulgarian Championship this year. And also a few months ago in Istanbul, we finally, after 20 years, we won a European title, which was good. But,
That's pretty impressive.
It was a good run, and we keep putting lots of efforts on preparing ourselves and working on the system. But now we realize that the last few months we didn't work that much because of the moving to the States, and it's so busy. But yeah, definitely we are keen on doing many new things on this and to prepare for the next battles.
Is there any win from the last couple of years which is particularly close to your heart?
Well, to be honest, I like that we won the European Championship, because now moving to the States, I'm not sure if we will be able to play all the European tournaments that we used to play. Normally it's easy now, it's just one flight away, but still it's more difficult to organize with the teammates, with all the arrangement being in the States for the European tournaments. But it was really nice, because my first European Championship was in 1999 in Malta.
So you've been to a few then.
This was really our first European Championship that Bulgaria showed up on the bridge map. I mean, we went there for the first time with a competitive team, and we managed to finish 4th in the Europe, which is, we all know how difficult it is to qualify for Bermuda Bowl from the European region. I mean, you can qualify from some other parts of the world.
Yeah, some people would say
I think much easier, but from Europe, it's like there are 20 countries that are really candidates.
Might be tougher than the World Championships.
It's very difficult to qualify. So we did relatively well qualifying most of the time in the last 20 years. So I'm really happy that finally we had a title, right? And Bulgaria has other European titles, but particularly me and my partner, this was the first European title so I like it. Yeah, I like it very much.
Okay, well, thank you for coming here to talk to me today.
Thank you all for inviting me here, because it's really special for me to be part of this crowd. It's really nice. These 8 guys, it's amazing hospitality of our hosts. Really appreciate that you invited me to be part of this. Thanks.
Please, allow me to show you something.